Javin, why do you look so sad? Why so glum, chum? You wanted this. Remember, you were the one that said, you know what, you broke my heart, but I'm going to stay and enjoy my drink. You wanted this. You were low key manipulative towards her, only to come and find out that she didn't really want you either. And I think Javin would be okay with it if everybody else wasn't starting to clock it. You can't trust her. She can't trust you. Brand new to the channel, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and then leave your comments down below. I've only seen episode 5. Y'all know the rules over here. Snitches get stitches. Please don't post spoilers. Please, 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 please. All right. So let's get started. So we pick up with Billy and Ashley, okay? So y'all know they're over in Cyprus, the island of love, mind you, and everybody is doing all these different excursions and getting to know each other, and it's all fine and dandy for some. For some, okay? So Billy tells Ashley that he's been drawn to her ever since he has physically seen her. And she was like, this just feels right. I said, girl, until you go to work. The moment that you put on your little wing pendant and you walk your ass up on that plane, he's going to have a problem with it. But until then, y'all are on the up and up. So then we get K. Dot and Megan. He lets her know that he knows that he has to build trust, right? Because of her past experiences with men, he knows that he has to, put a little extra effort in. One, I know that it happens because we are humans, but I don't like when people make their necks suffer because of the pains of their ex. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. But K Dot knows that he has to do a little more extra and he's up for the challenge. So he wants her to see for herself that he's a good guy. I know that everybody else has effed over you in the past. I'm not like that though. K Dot, don't disappoint me, don't upset me, don't embarrass me, okay? Don't. Don't. So she said that she has struggled to see herself in relationships because she doesn't want to mimic her mom's experience. So she knows that her mama is Megan the one that hit the ancient daddy. Is that her? But she knows that her mother has, suffered and her mama has had a time, okay? And she doesn't want to mimic those same mistakes. So, right? So Kate, I said, look, I developed a real sense of caring for you. I said, what does that mean? I guess. But he loves her, okay? We know that K Dot has said that he loves her. Megan has not said it back. And K Dot feels a way about that. Megan said, look, it doesn't feel like the right time to say that I love you. And I said, I get what she's saying, but there was a way that she could have phrased that differently, okay? She said there will be a right time to say it, and when that time comes, dagnabbit, she's gonna say it. So he feels a little bit about this. Like he feels the way his feelings hurt, he's salty, as you should be. As you should be. But he's like, in his confessional, one of the things that you don't want to do is you don't want to ever tell somebody that you love them and then they don't say it back. You know what I mean? But he said, look, I'm going to tell you now. Now, I'm going to hear I love you before we walk down that aisle. I said, I know that's right, K-Dot. Tell her. Don't tell us, baby. Tell her. All right? So we get to Lady S and Cal. So he brings up the fact that he used to only date white British women before. Why are you bringing this up again? Why? Quit bringing this shit up, Cal. Don't get on my nerves with this because you already said it to her. She knows she's not a white British woman. You knew she wasn't a white British woman when y'all talked in the pods. Shut the fuck up about it. So he feels that he found love with her and wants her to know that he means it. I don't think you like her, Cal. I don't. And I'm starting to get really, really upset because I do not want to see a repeat of Shake and Deepty. I don't. I don't. If you wanted a white heifer, you should have found you one. There's no shortage of them in the world, okay? Or in the pods. Y'all saw the cast. So Lady S said, look, I'm still in love with you. There was love there. Love is still here. And it's growing stronger every day. I think Lady S is going to convince herself more than she's trying to convince us or she's trying to convince him. So Cal said, look, I think that we're the strongest. We're the strongest couple. Who cares if I don't typically date people that look like you? We're still the strongest. No, you and everybody else is business, Cal. Speaking of which, he's like, yeah, I talked to Katisha. Lady S, I almost called him something. Check your man. Check him. Here's the thing. You done had the conversation with Katisha about it already. There is literally, no reason for you to still be talking about this, Cal. Damn, do you want Katisha? Like, oh my God, do you want Damola? What is happening? So he was like, it hurt me. Okay, it hurt me to see Katisha dump to dump Damola. Why? Why did it hurt you? Mind your business, Cal. I'm telling you now, you doing too much. And I low-key feel like Cal is deflecting because he really don't want to get to the root of the issue, which is that he might not even really be attracted to Lady S. Okay? So then we get Katisha and Javin. So Katisha's telling Javin about her chat with Cal, and she feels that Cal was confused about why she picked Javin. We all were, girl. We all were. We all were. So Javin said that Cal is a very straight up guy, and he just kind of says what's on his mind. I'm sorry, that's your only response, Javin. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Javin. You don't. Like, I feel like your response should be, well, they don't know. We got a connection. We was rocking and rolling and rolling and rocking. Like, I feel like that should be your response. You should be saying how, well, we know what we got and I love you and you love me and all this type of stuff. You don't have any type of reassurance. Your response to Javin being, well, he's a very straightforward person. Like, what? I guess. Won't be rooting for the black couple this season. So Jed and Barta. So at some point, Barta was driving. I don't know if they were driving ATVs or whatever the case. And she's asking Jed, how did you feel about that? Which leads to a conversation about leading. So he asks her, so did you lead in your last relationship? Did you wear the trousers? I said, ooh, ooh. Oh. So she was like, yeah. She said, it's not that I had to. I just wanted to. There are certain things that I do that I want to lead on, that I just take control on. That's it. He don't like that. Jed don't like that. So Barta said in her confessional, look, Jed is going to have to get comfortable and get used to not being the head of the household. There are room for two. Now, truth be told, y'all should have had this conversation in the pods. Y'all should have never made it out the pods because Jed gives that he is a dominant man that believes I am man, hear me roar, I want to lead everything. You are going to do what I say when I say it, how I say it, when I say it. That's what Jed is giving. And Barta is on some, no ma'am. No ma'am, no ham, no Pam, no spam, no Jed. Okay? So I don't know what's going to happen with the two of these, but they are going to butt heads a lot because of that. So everyone meets up with the host and they are told that it is time to end the holiday, okay? Vacation is over, y'all. Get y'all asses back over to the real world so the mess can start. So everyone's going around saying how we can't wait to get back to meet each other. Like, oh my God, it's going to be so great. I'm moving in with the love of my life. This is going to be awesome. I'm excited. Like, woo! Everybody is excited. And then you have Javin and Katisha that are like, well, if we don't get married, then we don't get married, but we can date. Like, if I date her and we don't get married, then like, we can just, and I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all sound stupid. So y'all are already planning on not getting married. You know why? Because y'all don't like each other. Silly. Talking about it's okay if we date and we don't get married. Damola wanted to get married. Damola wanted to get married. So everybody's still talking. They still at the little fake boogie because ain't nothing fun about this. K Dot lets the guys know that Megan has not said I love you back and said he will need to hear it before he marries her. Javen said, well, me and Katisha ain't said it back either because y'all don't love each other, nigga. We know that y'all haven't. Talk about it's a heavy, heavy word. Cal is over there looking like, mm-hmm. So Jen said, look, I'm used to taking control. It's my way or the highway, and I'm used to people relying on me. I want you to come to me for everything. I need to be your sun, your moon, your stars, your hamburger, and your fries. Jen said that you need to be reliant on him. He is your everything. And that's not going to work with Berta because Berta said, I got my own. Miss Independent, okay? Javin then said, look, first couple of days for us were weird, you know? And then Billy was like, yeah, y'all talk about y'all don't even want to get married. If y'all just date, it's cool. If we don't get married, we not dating. Like, we not going to do that. So then Cal was like, yeah, so do you even feel bad about Damola and what happened? Cal, baby, find you some business. Please, thank you. Find you some business. So Damola is like, I mean, yeah, I think about it on occasion. But we talked about it. We cool. Cal said a word. Katisha already blindsided you once. You got a lot of big stuff coming up. She could do it again. Cal is basically on some, if she lied to Damola about wanting to get engaged, she's going to lie to you about wanting to get married. And I was like, Cal, I see what you're saying, Cal, but it's given that you really in their business. And I don't like that. So now Javin is in his confessional talking about okay, so maybe I do want to know what she told Damola that gave him so much confidence. Why don't you go back and look at all the scenes and see what you told her too? Because this is like one of the most annoying love triangles because it's not even as if Javin was giving Katisha this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? He wasn't pouring out his soul to her. He basically told you, girl, if you don't propose, we ain't getting married. I don't like anything about this. Nothing about this. This is stupid. So then some of the ladies are talking. Megan is excited for K Dot to meet her family, even though she ain't said I love you yet. You know, she thinks her family will love him. Berta thinks that her family will love Jed because Jed is talking so proudly about wanting to be her provider. Okay, it's given that he wants you to be solely dependent on him so he can control you. But hey, whatever. She also feels that they will bump heads about her still being used to taking some type of control that she likes to take. And if he don't feel that way, then like we're gonna bump heads. Y'all gonna bump heads. Don't worry. So Ashley and Katisha. So Ashley and Cal find some business, okay? So Ashley is asking Katisha about her and Javin, and why haven't y'all said I love you to each other just yet? And Katisha was like, with Damola, we had a connection, but it just wasn't fair to say yes to Damola if I wasn't 100%. I felt peace with Javen because in my life, oh my God, I said, what are you crying for? What are we crying for, Katisha? You felt peace with Javen? You know why it was peaceful? Because he wasn't fucking talking. He wasn't talking. He didn't tell you anything. You feel peace with Javen because he's the same type of fuckboy that you are used to dating. You had somebody in Damola that was telling you about his feelings, that was being transparent, that wanted to know about your life. We ain't heard Javen even so much as ask what your favorite fucking color is. But you felt peace with him. You felt peace with the man who you had to tell, hey, I don't even know if you really like me. You're not stepping up to the plate. That's who you felt peace with. Katisha, cry to yourself in the corner and leave us alone with this. Talking about she needs to feel calm because everything in her life is chaotic. So you get into a relationship, you accept a proposal from somebody who you weren't even sure liked you. You didn't pick the man that wanted to love on you and dote on you and pour into you, that cared. You didn't pick him. Katisha said that she didn't take the decision lightly, and I think you did. Talking about some, I don't want to be the villain. Congrats, you are. Congrats, bitch, you're the villain. You are the villain, Katisha. Getting on my nerves with this. Like, stop acting silly about it. Stand in your shit. You wanted Javen because Demola seemed like too much of a nice guy to you. Be real about that shit and say it so everybody can stop asking you about it. That's what it's given. So Katisha and Javen, they ain't did no excursions together. We ain't seen them out. They ain't even so much as went and had some pineapple on the beach. But y'all ain't here packing to go home. So what did y'all do the whole trip? Lay in bed and fuck? Because that's the only time y'all were smiling with each other the next morning when you're talking about how much sleep or lack thereof that y'all actually got. The audacity, the guard, the temerity, the nerve, the gumption of Katisha to be sitting up here crying about this. And she's getting mad. That's the thing. She's getting upset that people are asking her. Girl, you was all in on Demola. Demola was all in on you, but then you turn around and you come back in and you're engaged to Javen, who you weren't even happy about. That's why the ladies are all clocking this shit. You weren't even happy when you came back into the quarters, the women's quarters, and you were engaged to Javen. You didn't want to celebrate. Why? I would like to know. So she's telling Javen how her talk with Ashley got her emotional. Javen says, so she made you cry? You a grown woman and you made your decision. Don't matter what nobody else says. Again, another conversation where Katisha is being held with her feet to the fire on why did you pick Javen, and you can't even say. You can't say. Katisha, you are officially on a sticky note with me. You will not be removed from the sticky until you are off the show. You are getting on my last, everlasting nerve. So back in the real world, everyone is getting their phones back. You know, they're getting each other's phone numbers. They're looking at each other's Instagram profiles, all that type of stuff. Jed and Berta are cooking, and they are making a dish called pizza. He tells a very corny joke like, Peter's coming. I said, shut up and cook. All them stupid jokes you throwing food on the... Oh my God. Okay. So they talk about how similar their cultures are. She's Albanian. He is Lebanese. And so far they're rocking and rolling. He feels that Berta is not only his fiance, but his best friend. He said he can't count the number of times that they have been just laughing. And then he looks in her eyes and it is Mr. Nasty Time. Okay, so Javen and Katisha, this is the last scene. So they being weird as fuck. Everybody else is in their apartments and they're clothes and they're cooking and they're doing laundry and all this type of stuff. She's sitting on the couch. He's sitting at the table, looking like he's in school, and they just looking at each other, right? So Katisha feels that everyone is asking her about getting engaged to Javen, and I feel like she feels a way about this, and I don't care, Katisha. So Javen is like, look, well, everyone wants to know, like, what was said. Well, I want to know, too, what was said to Demola that he was so confident that he was going to get engaged to you. It doesn't make sense. So Katisha's over there like, Javen was like, I mean, it's not a big deal. If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. But like, I kind of want to know. Katisha gets snippy. Well, it is a big deal. What I said was silly. And the last thing that I told Demola, like it's silly, but I told him not to worry. I don't even know why I said it, but I told him not to worry. Javen said, okay, I can see how he would feel that way because if someone tells you not to worry, you aren't going to worry. Yeah, that's typically how it goes, right? But Javin, again, I cannot feel sorry for you because when she came into that pod and you knew that she was trying to break up with you, she all but did break up with you. You were manipulative with the whole, you broke my heart. I'll just stay and enjoy my drinks. After saying that you felt that the gifts were love bombing, but then you give her flowers the very next day. Javin, you were manipulative and you got manipulated back because she don't like you. She does not like you. And you know that she doesn't like you. You could feel that she wasn't all in with you. You said that. You said that. So what I look like sitting here feeling sorry for you? Did you listen to your spleen? Y'all need to go talk to Patrick about y'all spleens. Because somebody needs to tell y'all something. I cannot feel bad for Javin. I can't. I cannot feel bad for Katisha. I cannot. I cannot and I will not. Because y'all manipulated each other and now both of y'all asses are miserable and everybody else is clocking it and calling this shit out. Deal with it. Sit in it. So Ashley and Billy, he's going to meet her dad today. And she tells her dad that Billy is not her boyfriend, but her fiance. Her dad and his luscious golden locks was not entertained and neither was I. Neither was I. So that was episode 5. Episode 5 only. Please, please, please do not talk about anything past episode 5. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.